You're listening to Refracted World with Terry Geo, Episode 5, Merry Christmas. With it being Christmas weekend, I thought I should do a proper festive episode and not just a holiday one. And then I remembered I'd written a Christmas poem a few years ago, which I thought would be perfect for this episode. So sit back, relax with your hot drink of eggnog or tea, and listen to my Christmas poem. Santa is real. Santa's not real. It's time to grow up, said 9-year-old Timmy to Molly. His sister screamed as her heart tore inside, and she hung tight onto her dolly. Both Mum and Dad raced into the room to find out what was causing the commotion. Timmy was chastised and Molly calmed down as the parents curtailed their emotions. Molly looked at Mum and then looked at Dad with a tear rolling down her cheek. Is it true what he said? Is Santa not real? With regret, her dad began to speak. Just then, a noise from the roof above caused the family to look up and pause. A crash down the chimney and soot on the floor, and standing there, the real Santa Claus. With mouths hung open in shock and surprise, Father Christmas gave a "Ho, ho, ho! Sorry to intrude, but I heard what was said, and there's something you all need to know. As you can see, I'm very much real, although not all stories are true. If you have time to sit with me for a while, I'll explain how I do what I do." Molly rushed forward and looked up in awe as she stared at his white beard and smile. "I've always believed in you, Santa Claus. It was Timmy who hasn't for a while." Father Christmas sat down on a chair by the fire and pulled the young girl onto his knee. "It's all right, young Molly. I quite understand why. Your brother no longer believed in me." Timmy's eyes were full of tears, in fear of the big man in red. Santa smiled and gently beckoned him over. "I'm sorry I didn't believe," he said. Mum and Dad gathered around the old man. They were confused and yet felt no fear. Something inside them already knew that the real Santa Claus was here. All sat round the fire. He ruffled his beard and breathed deeply as his story began. "Many years ago, I started out small, and my deliveries all went to plan. I could visit every house and fit down the chimney to fill their stockings with toys. But as the years passed, the population exploded. There were simply too many girls and boys. Even with magic and reindeer who fly, the children are simply too many. Making it worse, most chimneys are gone, with few of them left, if any. It was then we decided, my elves and I, that we needed a new way to deliver. And that's when we spread our magic around and recruited every caregiver. Your mother and father are just like my elves. Each year gifts arrive from my workshop. They place them under the tree for each of you, with a label from Santa on top. The magic resides in all of the guardians, whether they realize it or not. This way our presents get delivered to you and every child from teen to tot." Mum and Dad smiled. They knew all along, but they didn't want to ruin the illusion. The family smiled and shared a group hug as they celebrated their children's inclusion. Santa Claus rose to his feet with glee, a huge smile on his face, rosy and red. He dove into his sack and pulled out 4 gifts. Handing them to the family, he said, "These are for you. I crafted them myself, the things that you all most desire. I cannot provide all from your lists, and some things just can't be acquired. But these presents to you are made from the heart, and I hope they bring you many years of pleasure. For now, I must go. I have much work to do, and deliver more gifts for people to treasure." With a hug of the children and a smile to their folks, Santa rose to his feet and cheered. "A Merry Christmas to you and all in the world," said the cheery man with the red suit and beard. As he shot up the chimney with a "Ho, ho, ho!" the family drew closer and smiled. Santa Claus is real. He does ride a sleigh, and he makes toys for every single child. I hope you enjoyed this poem. It was actually a collaboration between myself and my husband Ken, something to be enjoyed by all the family. I wish you a very Merry Christmas and a festive time and seasonal joy to all, and I hope you join me for the next episode. Until then, goodbye.